Mets have done everything right by that guy so far. Same vice versa for Pete Alonso. Harp wrote a column. You just saw the animation. It's a real good one on SNY.TV. It's about Rick Porcello, his thoughts on the technology that he was kind of forced to use with the Red Sox, which he says ended up leading to an obsession about his own spin rate in his own head. How difficult is it, Anthony, when a player might go to a different team and have something potentially forced on him in terms of improving his own game?
No, absolutely. And you want to be the good guy, the good player who does what he's told and listens and tries it out. But at some point, you have to know yourself, and you have to go out and try it out. Absolutely, you should. Go out, try it out, see if it works. Give it more than just, that one time. Give it a few, see what happens, play with it. But at some point, you can't lose yourself. As soon as you lose yourself and you can't get back to what you were doing, if it's not working for you, that's when it becomes an issue, because then you find yourself in a rut the entire season. That's what Rick found himself in last year, where he said, I couldn't figure out who I was until literally maybe my last 3 starts. I finally started to feel like myself. And he was trying probably for weeks or months to get back to that. That's really hard to do.
Are coaching staffs wary of that, Bobby, that players arriving from different teams, whether it was a trade or a free agent signing, succeeded? That's why they're in the big leagues. So they believe in themselves and their own skill set. And do you approach them knowing that they have a feeling of what works, but you yourself have some knowledge as well?
Yeah. But it's not one size fits all. I mean, to think that an organization has a thing that you have to do, I think is kind of crazy. They're all individuals. They all have been successful a certain way. And I mean, when a guy has a sinker ball's better than a high fastball.
Right.
Come on, it's a better pitch. It's harder to hit out of the park. Simple, okay? Why he would abandon a very good sinker unless it abandoned him, and now he's searching, as you say, right, Ant? And now he doesn't know who he is. That becomes a real tough place to be. But a sinker ball, gosh darn, I don't care if you're swinging up or swinging out. It's a tough pitch to hit when it's working.
I thought John's column was fascinating because with the whole analytics revolution, what we have mostly heard is when guys get coached up on what the numbers and the spin rates and all these kinds of things that the new technology has allowed us to understand a little bit better. We hear about how the Astros made Justin Verlander into a beast again and maybe even better than he was before. And we hear about, pitcher X, who is now unhittable because he knew that he should be throwing his curveball more because it was so elite. This is kind of the flip side of that. And I applaud Rick Porcello, A, for trying it, because you do have to be coachable. You guys are right about that. I mean, you can't, you have to know yourself, but you can't just say no to everything
right.
that is suggested to you, especially when there's so much data in back of it. But I also applaud him for the self-evaluation he did to realize that he wasn't that guy, and to now even to talk about it so frankly the way he did with Harp is fascinating. It's a window into a part of baseball that we maybe had thought of as just, analytics, all good. It's helped so many guys, and this is something that just didn't quite work, and that's fine.
The takeaway from Harp's column may very well be that Rick Porcello is ready to have a big season, and at his age, as a guy who's already been solidified as a Cy Young Award winner, this is a guy who, at the bottom of the Mets rotation, I was saying a couple weeks ago that Steven Matz, as Bobby said earlier, should definitely be in there. Michael Wacha may have more upside than Rick Porcello. Just because Porcello makes sense as a starter doesn't mean he has to be one. Now you look at it, the way he's pitched so far this spring, Anthony, he might be a safe pick to be a number 5 guy and eat some innings.
Well, Porcello's the number 4 starter as far as I'm concerned,
wow.
Doug, because first of all, they're paying him $10 million. They didn't bring him in to put him in the bullpen. I mean, his claim to fame over the past few years, beyond the Cy Young Award that he won with the Red Sox, is that he can gobble up some innings, and that's why he's there. And so you sort of waste is maybe not the right word, but you don't exploit his skill to the maximum if he's coming out of the bullpen, in a long roll every 6 or 7 days. That's not the right way to use him.